folks, look what I picked up at 2nd and Charles today. Another flip camera. It said Flip Ultra HD on the price tag, but it's not a Flip Ultra HD. It's just the regular VGA model that came out in 2009, I believe, was the year this came out. But because that's what they thought it was, they gave me a free AC adapter, which is kind of nice. It's a 5-volt, 1-amp, 5-watt adapter, so there you go. And I got 2 USB cables with it. These are actually going to be useful because, as a lot of you know, the Flip has this stupid thing that's rigid as can be. So, and I have another Flip that requires the same thing. That has the same thing. So, having these cables around will be nice. Of course, one is pink and one is yellow. So, there you have it. Now let's take a look at the camera itself. This is the Flip Ultra HD 2nd generation. I got this for a whopping $10 thanks to some store credit I had. I figured it was definitely worth that to have an extra flash-based camera around, even if it wasn't HD. As you can see, it's much bigger than the Flip Mino, as to be expected. It has real buttons, which I like. The USB thing flips out on the side there, just like it does on the most of these flips. On the Flip Mino, I think it comes out the top, if I remember right. It has a TV out connection. It has a tripod mount, which is nice. A lock for the battery holder. Power button, and of course there's the lens. I think the microphone's in there somewhere. The recording light's in here somewhere as well. Now, the reason I got this particular camcorder is because it doesn't use the built-in rechargeable battery. It actually does. This is one of those that does take the AA's, which will be nice, which is really convenient for some of the stuff that I do with video. So I could take this around, make it a cheap, don't worry about it camcorder, and just use it for specific tasks. Put some batteries in it and had a little bit of acid left over, so I cleaned that out with some baking soda and a toothbrush. So there you go. There you go, 2nd generation model right there. I put some Intercell batteries in there. And yeah, there's not much to these flip cameras. I just figured that they would be really convenient because they're tripod mountable. So I could stick it somewhere and use it. I'm really interested to see what the earlier Flips audio quality is like, especially the bigger ones like this. The Minos is quiet, which is my main problem with it. This one I suspect will be the same way, but I'm wondering if the sound is any different. I guess we're going to find out. So, here's some test footage. Alright, this is test footage of the Flip Ultra 2nd generation. I believe this is standard VGA, so the resolution is not all that high, but for what I'd use a camera like this for, I don't really need high resolution. As you can see, I've got a desk for my vintage PCs now, which is kind of cool. I'll have to do a video, more specific video once this whole reorganization thing is done. Here's another dark corner of the room. Here's my RCA radio. And the TV. Here's a lighter spot of the room again. Seems pretty good. There's a recording light on the front, and this is just what it sounds like when I'm facing the camera. Let's see what this sounds like, just in case I can use it for something like Luke Talks videos or just general videos where I'm looking at the camera that, you know, aren't really worth the extra resolution or anything like that. Here's part of my hallway. There's a light spot. How well does it adjust? Not too bad. Let's go outside and try it out there again. Here's outside. It's a little windy. Kitty, kitty. Here we are zoomed in. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. See what the steadiness is like. It's probably going to be terrible, just like the Flip Mino was. There, back to zoomed all the way out. There's my kitty. Okay. There's some more outdoor footage, same place as it was for the Mino HD. It doesn't look too bad on the screen, but I know that's a misnomer. If I put this on my computer, it's going to look worse. Just because it's VGA resolution. 640 by 480. So let's take a look at the pond. Now that it's summer, get a little bit more flower footage. Let's go to the pond and scare all the frogs away. Watch them all disappear when I come towards them. I don't see any at all, wow. I see some fish. That's really it. So yeah, here's some outdoor footage, just to give it a little bit more of a test. Solar lights, ah yeah. So after looking back at some of the footage, through the flip it sounds okay. I'm only really going to know when I stick it in my computer, just like last time. So I'll stick it in my computer and we'll find out how good this is. Alright, I have my flip hooked up using one of those little extension cables. That really makes hooking these up so much easier. I can just use the USB port in my card reader for that. So, for what this camera is, it's pretty decent. I have similar complaints about it that I do the Flip Mino HD, and that is lack of any image stabilization whatsoever. So, you know, it's better for tripod-mounted stuff, which is what I plan to use these for most of the time. So, that's okay. I like that I can use AA batteries on this. I really like that, actually, because then I can just buy a whole pack at the store and then take it somewhere and just keep feeding it batteries. So that'll be good for like taking the camera somewhere and not having to find an outlet and just bother with that, because that's kind of annoying. And above all, that means the batteries are actually replaceable, which is nice. The footage that comes out of the camera looks alright. Nothing spectacular. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look that great either. Zoomed in, you can really tell that the image is kind of bleh. But for my purposes and what I'm going to use it for, that's alright. The audio that comes out of this camcorder compared to the Flip Mino HD is fantastic. It sounds way better. I think it's still mono, but it still sounds a hell of a lot better than the Flip Mino HD does. Just bar none. The sound is a lot louder. It's a little bit more full. It's just generally much better, and I like it. So for what this camera is, it's not too bad. Should be good for some side projects here and there. So cool. 10 or 11 bucks later, there you go. A decent little camera to use for some projects here and there, just like the Flip Mino HD. Cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good one, everybody. Ciao.